So this video is on application of refrigeration and air conditioning. Now where the application is there of the refrigeration and air conditioning? First the domestic refrigerators, second one is your commercial system, industries etc. Third one industrial application, then marine application, ships etc. Air conditioning and food preservation. These are the various application of the refrigeration and air conditioning. Now first domestic refrigerator and freezer. You see the domestic refrigerator has been shown over here. This is your evaporator portion in which the food articles are kept for the cooling purpose, and this is the side tray, side shelves in which the bottle etc. are kept, and food preservation is done in this area, complete area. Vegetable or any sort of food, vegetable, fruits etc. all kept over here. So domestic refrigeration we are going to talk about. Nowadays the refrigerator has become an essential part of the household rather than a luxury. It is used for preserving food and thereby reducing waste. The primary function of the refrigerator or freezer is to provide food storage space maintained at low temperature for the preservation of food. Its essential secondary function is the formation of ice cubes for domestic consumption. They are usually specified by the internal gross volume and deep freezer internal gross volume and they are usually specified by the internal gross volume and the deep freezer's volume. A storage temperature of 0 डिग्री to 4 डिग्री टेम्परेचर हम मेंटेन करते हैं 0 से 4 के बीच में, रेफ्रिजरेटर में भी और फ्रीजर में भी. और केल्विन में देखेंगे 273 to 277 is satisfactorily for the preservation of the most of the fresh foods. For the short term storage of frozen food such as in domestic refrigerator, temperature must be below the freezing point are required. The freezer are generally provided at top portion of the refrigerator space. In some refrigerators, freezers are provided at the bottom. This arrangement seems to be based on the heat transfer consideration, but it may be noted that time taken to cool product kept at upper portion would be more. Upper portion में freezer रखना, that is more beneficial than keeping it in the bottom. Some freezer are coming with the bottom evaporator portion. Evaporator is kept in the bottom, but keeping it in the upper portion is more beneficial. The refrigerators may be single door, double door freezer, double door bottom freezer, and side by side door freezer. The double door refrigerators are very commonly used nowadays because of the need for larger storage space and better preservation of frozen food. These refrigerators are divided into two separate compartments, one for the fresh food or general item and the other for the storage of frozen foods. Since the requirement of food or general item in a day is quite high, therefore the frequency of opening the door is also high, but the daily use of frozen item is very much limited. So with double door system, the freezer space is not subjected to wide temperature variation. This help in maintaining a stable temperature for the preservation of the frozen food. ओके, डबल डोर भी फ्रिज आता है आजकल, बहुत ज़्यादा आने लगा है, स्पेस उसमें ज़्यादा मिलता है. द मैकेनिकल वेपर कंप्रेशन साइकिल एज वेल एज absorption cycle may be adopted for the domestic refrigerator and freezer, but the mechanical vapor compression system is actually used over absorption system because its compactness and more efficient use because of its compactness and more efficient use of electrical energy as shown in figure. The refrigerant used are generally R12 and R22. ये दो रेफ्रिजरेंट ज़्यादातर यूज़ होते हैं. R12 तो ऑब्सलीट हो चुका है, R22 अभी भी यूज़ होता है. The compressor is mounted the bottom of the refrigerator frame. The power of compressor can vary according to the size of the refrigerator. 75 watt, 92 watt and 125 watt, 180 watt and 370 watt के compressors यूज़ होते हैं. The condenser is put at the back about 40 to 60 mm away from the cabinet. The condenser may be either chassis type or tube type and wire type. In the former, the condenser tube is mounted on a metal sheet which condenser tube is mounted on a metal sheet which acts as a fin. The tube and wire type condensers are quite simple, in which few tubes are held tightly under which frame from both sides. These wire acts as cylindrical fins, increasing the rate of heat transfer. The Capelli tube is kept in contact with the evaporator inlet pipe. A dryer is connected between the receiver and the evaporator to eliminate traces of moisture, if any. In some cases, the temperature of the two cabinets of the refrigerator have to be controlled independently. Under such circumstances, independent compressors and cooling coil are used. The evaporator coil is wrapped around the freezer in suitable manner to give efficient heat transfer. Sometimes the freezer chamber is made from a pair of sheets joined together in such a way that the passage between the sheet act as a evaporator coil. The cooling of lower space is next page. Let us go for the next page. Is accomplished by free convection due to density gradient. The thermostatic sensing element is provided to the evaporator coil which can control temperature in the freezer up to minus 15 degrees centigrade in steps or continuously, depending upon the type of controlling switch employed. The refrigerator body is provided with good quality insulation in order to prevent heat transfer into the system. Usually 60 to 100 mm thick loose fill fiber or glass roll or thermocol is used. Since the conductivity of these insulating material are quite low in freezers where temperature has to be maintained at quite low -40 degrees centigrade. The insulation thickness may be about 200 mm. So this is the just line diagram of the domestic refrigerator or freezer. Compressor is there, one compressor is there. Then from the compressed gas which is going to the condenser, here it is the condenser. These are the wires just to increase the rate of heat transfer. Heat transfer rate can be increased. Then it goes to the receiver, liquid. Here it changes into liquid form, goes to the receiver. After receiver it goes to the dryer, and in dryer there to prevent the moisture should not go, so silica gel etc. is kept over here. Then capillary tube that gives the expansion at constant enthalpy, and then it goes to the evaporator, and from evaporator that goes to the accumulator. Evaporator से accumulator में आता है. Accumulator means just to remove the liquid particle. If at all it is coming from the evaporator, it should not be allowed to go to the compressor. So only gas is allowed to go inside the compressor. In that way the whole cycle is completed. This is your vapor compression cycle. Refrigeration system for a domestic refrigerator. Okay. Now defrosting in refrigerator. Defrosting हम लोग करते हैं. Since the evaporator in a refrigerator operate at temperature below the freezing point of water, therefore it is subjected to accumulation of frost or ice. The lower the evaporator temperature, the thicker will be the frost formation. The frost act as an insulation that impedes the heat transfer to the evaporator. This leads to the further thickness of the frost as the temperature tend to go down because of the decreased heat transfer rate. This ultimately leads to substantial reduction in the evaporator capacity and system efficiency. Thus, the removal of frost or defrosting the evaporator at regular interval is an absolute necessity. Now, one of the simplest method of defrosting is by manually putting off the refrigerator and restarting only after complete defrosting of the evaporator. Nowadays, the refrigerator are provided with push button defrost. Push button defrost आजकल यूज़ होने लगा है. A push button is provided in the center of the thermostat knob. The defrosting can be initiated by simply pressing the button. By pushing the button, which causes the leverage in the thermostat to break and keep the electrical contact of the thermostat open until the evaporator temperature rises above freezing point and defrosting take place. The refrigerator returns to normal function automatically once the defrosting is complete. Next, in a double door refrigerator, the evaporator is the fresh food or general storage compartment is generally designed for natural cycle defrost. The defrosting take place every time the compressor switch off the thermostat as the storage temperature is above the freezing point. However, the defrosting may not be always complete. Over a period of continuous use, some amount of residual frost after the defrost cycle can get collected, particularly on the lower portion of the evaporator. Such accumulation of frost due to the residual frost of the natural defrost cycle has to be removed periodically by the manually stopping the machine. The freezer compartment is not provided with automatic defrost system, as the temperature of the frozen food should not be allowed to go above the freezing point. Therefore, manual defrosting has to be carried out periodically. Obviously, for defrosting, the frozen food should be removed, or defrosting should be carried out when the freezer, next page, let us see, when the freezer is empty. Freezing freezer plus 3 fridge compartment including drinks, drink fridge. These are the three fridge compartment of the freezing system. The the defrost water from the evaporator flows to a condensate pan provided below the evaporator of the fresh food compartment. From there, it drains into a tray in the compressor compartment. The water collected in the tray will evaporate due to the hot environment in the compressor compartment. It may be necessary to empty the tray manually once in the while, as the water accumulation in the tray. Now, how this motor is being controlled? Let us see. Control in refrigeration. How it is being controlled? The control are very essential for satisfactory and commercial working of any refrigerator. The electrical connection diagram of the domestic refrigerator shown figure. The refrigerator is fitted with the following control. अब control कैसे होता है उसमें? Starting relay, that is for the compressor motor. Starting relay A. The starting relay is used to provide the necessary starting torque required to start the motor. It also disconnect the starting winding of the motor when the motor speed increases. When the compressor motor is to be started, the thermostat is in the closed position. When the electrical supply is given, an electrical current passes through the running winding of the motor and the starting relay. Due to the flow of the electric current through the relay coil and due to the electromagnetism, its armature is pulled, thereby closing the starting winding contact. The current through starting winding provide the starting torque and the motor starts. As the motor speed increases, the running winding current decreases. The current in the starting relay is no longer able to hold the relay, and it gets released, thereby opening the starting winding connects. Thus the starting winding gets disconnected. Next part, that is overload protector. First was your starting relay, then overload protector. The basic function of the overload protector is to protect the compressor motor winding from the damage due to the excessive current in the event of overloading or due to some fault in the electrical circuit. It consists of bimetallic strip during the normal working of the compressor. The contact are closed whenever there is any abnormal behavior, overheating or overcurrent due to fault or overload. The bimetallic strip gets heated and bends, thereby opening the motor contact and de-energizes it. The overload protector is fitted on the body and the compressor and operates due to the combined action of the heat produced when current passes through the bimetallic strip and a heater element, and heat transfer from the compressor body. It may be noted that abnormal behavior of the compressor may be due to low voltage, high load, low suction pressure, and high suction and discharge pressure. These are the reasons for which the overload protector is being provided. Now, next page. Let us go on the next page. This is the sketch which is given for the electrical connection. That is the electrical connection diagram of the domestic refrigerator. These are the sketch over here. We have got this bellow of thermostat, supply line, running winding, and we have got coil, then starting relay, armature, then heating element, and bimetallic strip is here. Now the thermostat, this is the very important part of the refrigerator. A thermostat is used to control the temperature in the refrigerator. The bulb of the thermostat is clamped to the evaporator or freezer. The thermostat bulb is charged with few drops of refrigerant. Refrigerant is there. The thermostat can be set to maintain different temperature at a time. When the desired temperature is obtained, the bulb of the thermostat senses it. The liquid in the compressor the liquid in it compresses and operate below of the thermostat and opens the compressor motor contact. The temperature at which compressor motor stop is called cutout temperature. When the temperature increases, the liquid in the bulb expands, thereby closing the bellow contact of the compressor motor. The temperature at which the compressor motor starts is called cut-in temperature. One was cut-out temperature, another is the cut-in temperature. A thermostat is very crucial in the operation of a refrigerator, as the running time of the compressor is reduced considerably, thereby cutting the operation cost as well as enhancing the compressor life due to non-continuous working. So thermostat is very essential component of the fridge which is being used. Thermostat, and besides that we use this starting relay, overload relay, starting relay, overload relay, and thermostat. These three parts are very important. So, in that way, let us finish.